This is a perfect example of why family and money doesn't mix.
I let my mama and her new husband move into my home because she was struggling financially, right? A month later, her husband done sat me down and have the talk, asking me to pay rent in my own house. Now,
Yeah, you guys heard that right. He owns the home. This young man owns the home. His family members move in. And within a month, they start asking him to pay them rent.
I'm appalled. See, I'm a 28-year-old man and I own a 3 bedroom, 2 bath house. It ain't much, but it's in a nice neighborhood.
No, that's nice. Like, I feel like it's all just a social media game where people are always comparing themselves to this weird Instagram lifestyle. 28-year-old owning their own home is an amazing achievement, right? Regardless of what position that you might want to compare yourselves to.
I worked hard and
That's
saved hard to
amazing.
get it after staying with roommates who went flush the toilet, who went clean the toilet, who went wash
Yeah, so he's dealt with his form of problems, right? And he's had his roommates. He's saved up, in order for him to have his own space. It's amazing.
the dishes. You get it, right? After all that, I saved money and finally got my own spot, which I like. It's nice. I'm happy with it, right? I haven't even been staying here for long when my mama called me. My mama called me with that old somber voice. Give me an old sap story, son. I hate to be calling you right now, but my
It's always when you start to get something, right? Where some people, they know that if you're doing better than them, but it's mom, so you got to answer, right?
landlord selling my condo. I done stayed here for 8 years. I don't have nowhere to go. I looked at other apartments and everything that I can afford is in a bad neighborhood. I just need to come stay with you for a couple of months until I get on my feet and I have enough money for first and last month's rent. Blase, blase. That's basically what she said. And I, of course, don't have the best relationship with my mama. My dad left when I was 7, and I saw him maybe twice a year after I got older, didn't see him at all. And after that, she had a span of boyfriends. One guy which she married, which was all right for a little while, but he never made her happy. And then after that, just on and off boyfriends, right? But that's still my mama. So I said,
Yeah, I feel like regardless of the current relationship that you have, especially with a parent or even an estranged parent at this point, you still have some form of social obligation to help them out or do the best that you can. And I mean, it seems like this was a easy one-off case of like, hey, let mom live with you for a few months, right? You own a home that's a you said 3 bedrooms, so you could afford that, right?
know what, mom? That's fine. You come stay with me until you get your money up. Oh, son, thank you so much. I promise I won't be there long. Maybe 3, 6 months, 6 months in total. Cool, mom. That's fine. So she show up, right? She show up with her stuff. And it's a man with her. It's a man with her driving a U-Haul truck. I ain't never seen this man before a day in my life. She introduced the man to Derek. She said, yeah, this is Derek. This is my new boyfriend. I said, oh, okay. Nice to meet you, Derek. And she said, well, I got to be completely honest. This is my husband. Oh,
See, now the story always goes south. Right? The stories always go south. Mom has a husband. Well, why isn't the husband paying your rent? Why is what's going on to where y'all can't pull together some little bit of funds, right? In this case, I don't know, something to get your spot. But why not be honest with that in the open conversation? Hey, I'm married and I'm bringing up plus one. I feel like that changes your mindset, especially if you're like, hey, I need to come live with you. It's me and my husband. Okay, what's going on financially? Are y'all not able to provide for yourself? Like, I don't know. I have extra questions.
okay. But don't worry. He's just here to help me move in if you don't mind. Actually, I do. But you got a lot of furniture
I would ask where the husband's moving. If he's just helping you move in, where does he live?
and stuff. I'm not going to say no to any help, but I do mind. But all right, that's fine, right? So we moved the stuff in, me and Derek. Derek stay for dinner. I said, okay, that's fine. Derek spend the night. I said, okay, that's fine. Derek done been there every night that she done been there. Oh, Derek stay here too. So
Yeah, mom just lied. Like that's not, man. See, that's when a direct conversation has to happen up front. I feel like a lot of people are afraid of having those kind of conversations with family members or even close ones. But at that point, right? I'm a homeowner. This is my house. You guys are coming into my space, and you're already inconveniencing some things. Like, why not be open and honest in that case, right?
I cornered my mom and I was like, hey, I thought you said Derek was just helping you move in. Oh, baby, I'm sorry. His lease was up, and since we're married, I figured he'd just come with me. I'm sorry about that. He also didn't have nowhere to go, but don't worry, we're gonna get out of here soon. Okay, fine, mama.
His lease is up too. They were living separately. Well, see, I got more questions. It's only more questions.
That's cool. That's great. So Derek does some type of realtor, financial, whatever. I don't know what you do. Something in that realm.
Financial. Listen, I'd initially had some conversation like, hey, how much money are y'all making in order to not have a roof over your heads? What's going on? What's going on now? Are you a scammer? Are you is this Derek guy just a scammer?
So he gets up about 6 a.m., goes, come back home around dinner time, and sometimes he brings food for us. He brings takeout.
6 to 6, realtor. Nah, he's a drug dealer. What's going on? 6 to 6?
with school that he shares with everybody.
6 to
Mama
6?
been making homemade meals sometimes, and I ain't had it in a while. She also started doing laundry and stuff like that, so it ain't been bad having them around. Derek also fixed the garbage disposal that was making a funny noise. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, few months ain't gonna hurt, right? So it turned to the first 30 days. On the 32nd day, on the dot, the 32nd day, my mom was showering. It was early in the morning. My mom was up there showering. Derek came, he knocked on my door. He said, hey, can we talk? I said, okay. Step up my room.
And I feel like this kind of conversation could only go one way, right? Where it's sort of like, hey, so I know we're living in your spot. I appreciate you, all of these kinds of things. And I mean, I would assume that that's how the conversation is about to go.
We go into the kitchen. My mom's still up showering. You hear the shower going. And Derek says, hey, we need to talk about the financial situation in the house. I want to make sure that everybody's contributing their fair share. And I said, okay. He said, well, after looking at the layout of the house and measuring the cubic meters and what you use and what we use, or square foot, whatever the fuck he said.
He's about to kick
After
him out.
measuring the area that you use and that we use, it's determined that in order to be fair, you should pay us $800 a month in rent. I said, rent in my house?
Listen, it's at this point. If you ask me, listen, my blood will be boiling. Listen. I'm someone who already enjoys my quiet moments. I'm an introvert, like most people, and I have my own house. Y'all are coming in here, man, and you're telling me, listen, rules change. Hey, mom, you and Derek got to go. That's just me. I don't know. Like, what do you move in my house, and you asking me to pay rent? Nah, you got to go. You got to go by sunset.
He said, yeah, it's only fair.
Nah.
Your mom's been doing all the cooking and cleaning. I've been fixing things around the house, and we started picking up some of the bills.
This house was good before y'all moved in. Man, listen. Yeah, this stepdad, he's a scammer. Like, I don't know what him and the mom, listen, this is bad company to keep. If you have company like this, just cut them out of your life. It's for the best.
It would be right for you to contribute as well. I said, hey,
Man.
I contribute paying the insurance on the house, the mortgage for the house, the other bills that you guys aren't covering for the house. And he said, well, yeah, that's just your investment in the house, but it's not actually contributing to keeping the house going, like how we get the groceries and stuff like that. After a month of staying here, I said, okay, well, I never asked you guys to do any of that. You guys are
Listen, y'all are better than me if y'all would live in this kind of situation. This is my, man, get out. Go.
staying here for
Go on,
free. He said, well, I just think we should have some type of agreement. That way it all seems fair. The shower didn't stop running. He said, think about it for a few days. Because now mom,
You think about if he taps you on the shoulder, like, bro, that's not how this works.
she out of the shower, right? So I go back to my room. Damn, what the hell? What just happened? I'm thinking about what he said, and I'm mad. I'm upset.
yeah.
I am angry. So I immediately go to my mom. I get to my mom before he get to her. I say, hey, mom, did you know about this rent thing that your husband got going on? She said, well, looking all shocked inside her.
Yeah, because I mean, it's clear, right? Like the mom, this seems to be an estranged mom, like a separate, like a distant mom, right? A strange family member. Just because it's your mom doesn't mean that hey, we can keep this at a distance, right? I can love you from a distance. I'll send you messages every now and then, right?
Well, yeah, he did say something about talking about some type of financial thing. So, yeah, he just wants to know, make it fair. And he said he want me to pay rent to y'all in my own house. She said, well, he's very good with money and those type of things. So maybe you should listen to him.
What? He's good with money. Okay, why y'all live here? Just listen to him. No, why are y'all living here? What do you, man? See, look, he's better than me. If he ain't saying that they're out of the house within 24 hours, I don't know how this conversation's going.
I said, y'all are staying here for free. The agreement was for y'all to save
Listen, my blood will be.
up money. You specifically, because I didn't even know he was coming. You to save up money. That way you can have first and last month's rent.
Yeah, because at this point now, y'all both in on this. Y'all are both scamming me. Y'all are both trying to take advantage of me. Yeah, go and get.
To get you somewhere to stay. That was the agreement. She said, well, I don't know, sweetie. And walked away. Wanted me to think about it. They want me to think about it. So I said, you know what? Think about it, right? I called the realtor that sold me my house. Because she said, if I ever need to sell, to let her know. So I called her. And I was like, hey, what would the market rate be if I want to, rent out my house? She said, well, in your area for your house, if you were trying to do a bedroom thing, you could probably get by.
He's gonna He said rent out the house. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna draft up a selling agreement. I'm y'all. If you listen, you want the house? You gonna give me my 400K?
1,400 a
Y'all
month.
gonna buy me out of this?
1,400 a month. Not bad.
Plus profit.
I started calling a few leasing agents to see about getting this done. And I called 3 before I got to the last one. I got to the last one, I talked to a man named John. And I said, John, I'm thinking about renting out my house. He said, okay, cool. We can help with that. We can write up an agreement and we take care of everything. We just want 10%. And I said, okay, well, I already got some tenants. He said, oh.
I mean, correct me, like 10% is a solid number. Like, I mean, as far as a leasing or a rental agency, right? Like taking 10%. I feel like most of them are around like 15 to 25.
That's even better. We can, write it up. You got tenants as our standard. And I said, okay, the tenants are family members. He said, oh, okay. Well, we can get something done. We can get something done. So he said he was going to come to the house Monday, right? So I went back and I talked to Derek. I let him know. I said, hey, you know what? You're right. We do need to talk about the financial situation going on in the house. He said, oh, great. You're finally on board, huh? And I said, no. Seeing as though y'all been staying here for free and y'all are using my space and y'all are taking up this much square footage of my house, that would actually cost about $1,200 a month. Yeah, I'm going to need you to start coughing up $1,200 a month in rent. He said, what? No, we're already taking care of all this other stuff. I said, no.
Not over. I'll give you a family discount. Straight 1,000. Easy. No problem.
No. I was taking care of this stuff before y'all got here, and I can take care of it even while y'all are here. However, since y'all aren't saving money, since y'all putting so much toward the bills, and y'all staying here for free,
makes sense.
I figured, I look around and see, the market value going around, and yeah, $1,200 seems about right. He said, well, me and your mother, we're gonna have to talk about that. We're gonna have to think about that. Yeah, Derek. Thank you.
Listen, it's a conversation like this that needs to be had. But like honestly, this should have been like a direct no. This is what's happening. If anything, you're gonna be paying me 500 upon entry. Like I mean, I'm surprised he let it get to a month before this conversation was even brought up, and it wasn't even brought up by him, right?
Over. You got a couple of days.
Good son.
So after that, the household seemed a little cold. Nobody was talking. Nobody was making dinner anymore. It was just basically strangers living in a house together, right? Monday, guess who showed up? John. So I went and got Derek. Went and got my mom. And I said, hey, I got somebody here ready to speak to y'all. John came in. He said, hey, how's everybody doing? I'm here to discuss the rental agreement. Derek said, huh? What? We never talked about a rental agreement. And I said, oh, no. Remember how you were saying, things need to be financially correct between everybody and that we need to get some type of rent established? Yeah, he's here to do that. Hi, my name's John. Listen, fair market value around here, $1,400. I heard you guys are looking to rent the master bedroom. Derek says, $1,400? What? Thought it was $1,200. We can't afford that.
See, like these are direct conversations that need to be had specifically with someone you love, a middleman coming in, and whether it be like a legal accountant or a rental agreement, leasing agency in this case, it sort of sheds light on the entire, where everyone's intent is.
And I said, oh, no. Don't worry. I'm here to look out to make it fair.
Yeah, give him a discount.
John, $1,200. Yeah, for the master bedroom.
They got 1,000.
Have the bathroom and everything else is like a common area. Oh, okay, great. Well, yeah, we're here to set it all up for you to make everything official. And then Derek said, we don't need anybody to make it official. This is a family matter. John said, oh, no. When it comes to this, we are the best. I love John, by the way. We are the best. See, it's hard when it's between family.
Yeah, this is it's a good leasing agent, right? Like, no, yeah. Hearts for John.
Members to make it all fair and put everything down. That's where we come in as the middlemen to basically make a fair agreement and make sure everybody's on the right page because it's hard to mix family and business. Man, that boy need a raise. Derek said, choked up. Him and my mom started bickering back and forth. And Derek says, don't worry, we don't need it anymore. We'll get out of your hair. I looked at Mr. John, gave him a handshake, thanked him for his time, gave him a little tip. He left. That was Monday. Friday, that same week, they were gone. Now, I don't know if I like how quiet the house has become because I've gotten used to all the chatter and commotion, but it does feel good not to have to pay rent in my own house.
Listen, it's a situation like this, specifically hearing like the hardship that people go through with family, friends, and money. It's yes, it's gonna be a tough conversation, but understand as you make more money, these conversations are going to have to be direct. Right? As you make more money, you're going to see people change up on you. They're going to see you as a piggy bank. And it's up to you if you want them to actually be direct with it or be passive aggressive on how they're going to try to, extract resources. But the conversations are always there, right? You hear it from rappers, you hear it from musicians, artists, entertainers, right? People change up once you start to do better than them. And, unfortunately, you can't help everyone. But you guys let me know what y'all have done down in, in this situation in the comments. But as always, like, comment, subscribe. Peace.